What is going on, friends? I come to you today with an update. An update on what? An update on freaking everything, because there has been so much going on this year. I can't believe that it's almost April. The shop is empty because the FD cars are freaking gone, heading to Long Beach. It'll be next week in Long Beach. So what has been going on this month? Well, let's start with, we raced the Mint 400. Not only did we race, put on my humble face, we dominated. We went there to go against the other OEMs. Chevy was there, Honda was there. There was a TRX there. We don't know if it was official Dodge, but I wouldn't want to be official if I had the results they had either. We smoked them, all of them. Lauren won first place in the Raptor R. Brad got first place in the Ranger Raptor. I got second place in the Bronco Raptor. Brad and I had an unbelievable battle within like 15, 30 seconds up until the end. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Brad is a Hall of Fame off-road racing driver. He's unbelievable. And I was in the mindset of not breaking the truck because the goal was to beat Chevy and get a 1 and 2. And frankly, I put my ego aside and I just wanted to do the job and have fun while I was doing it. And so I could have pushed a little bit harder. There was sections that Brad was faster. There was sections that I was faster. And like, if you were looking at like a live stream, you would just see he and I just swapping positions the entire race. And then on the last lap, I turned it up. I made a mistake, ended up putting a hole in a tire and ended up changing it. And so I finished like 4 or 5 minutes, I think, behind Brad. But before that, it was literally a minute, 30 seconds. I'm ahead, he's ahead. It was crazy, like beautiful racing, very clean, and we both stayed relatively smart. And it just felt awesome for me. You know, look, I'm good at racing off-road, but I've not been doing it for 20 years, and it felt really awesome to be battling with Brad at that level in 2 literally stock class trucks. And when I say literally stock class, they're stock trucks. It's literally go buy a Bronco Raptor, put a fuel cell in it, put safety in it. We did put stiffer springs on it to handle the additional weight and the fuel cell and where the weight was and the extra tires and stuff. But that's it. They are stock engine, stock drivetrain, stock differentials, stocks to stock.
Look, I know you're not following what I'm saying anyway, right? That's okay, that doesn't matter. The real question is this, was all this legal? Absolutely.
And they just ripped. I mean, the Mint 400 is one of the toughest off-road races. It is known for its rough. It's known for its attrition. In fact, lap 2 was like a yard sale out there. Just cars everywhere stopped. And so I'm really proud of the effort. And not only the effort, but the teamwork. You know, Brad's team and the RTR off-road team come together with Ford Performance, and we are one team, although we're racing against each other. And it's a very, very special thing that we've got going on. And Ford's commitment to off-road is like no other. You know, there's a lot of people saying it, and we're doing it. And it's an honor to be a part of that. On that same weekend, we announced Bailey Campbell, that she is a part of the RTR off-road team. So she is joining myself and Lauren to enjoy the off-road fun that we're having, both the racing, the enthusiasts, the content, and all the fun that goes on around it. She is an amazing human. She's an unbelievable driver, a really good wrench and builder. And so this was her first race at the Mint in our 4600 class Bronco that we've won King of the Hammers in a couple times. Her first time racing it, she got second in class. Her and her husband Brian was co-driving, and she just absolutely nailed it. And her vibe and having her a part of the team all week was just cemented that we made the right decision bringing her in. She is one of us. She is the full picture. She's just so fun and cool and loves her fans and loves her people. And when she puts the helmet on, watch out. Man, woman, doesn't matter. She absolutely rips, and she will take you down. Trust me. So that was the Mint 400. I'm going to go ahead and throw in that after the race, we went and had some amazing Japanese barbecue. Oh my gosh. That was so good. In additional exciting news, we announced that there will be a Ford Mustang RTR competing at Drift Masters with my man James Dean behind the wheel. James and I managed to come together, partner up, and make this thing that we've been talking about for years happen. The time is right, the time is now. And so we shipped James a race car in a box. The only caveat, he had to build the chassis. Chassis ready for him to work on, and then following that, parts and parts and parts and parts and parts and new parts. This includes 2 RY45s, all the subframes, all the suspension, the quick changes, all the things. This is actually out of my FD car, which we'll show you in a minute. But basically, James had containers of Mustang parts that now, as I speak in this moment, his team is working on getting together. It is like I don't even know if it's like a 6 or 8 week build from nothing to gonna be at Drift Masters. So I am extremely excited. That car on those tracks in the stadium in Poland, it's just gonna be epic. And thank you to all of you that have shown how excited you are, as excited as us. And that energy is definitely helping James and the team get it done. The way that that's going to work is basically, look, James is very capable of building cars and running cars. This is like a satellite effort where he will get all the support that he needs from us here at the RTR lab, all of our experience, and then he's going to add his experience to it because the Drift Masters rules are very different than the FD rules. So the car is going to be set up quite different, but it will have many of the components that you guys know and love, especially the RY45 and the beautiful scream that it makes. So I cannot wait to see James behind the wheel of the RTR out there in Europe, and I know you guys can either. So really excited about that. Following that, we went and did FD testing. James, Ben, I actually missed testing for the first time ever. I've always been all of our FD testing, but let me tell you why, and this is an amazing thing. For probably the first time ever, I didn't feel that I needed to be there. We have our FD team at a place that I've never seen before. The energy, the vibe, the follow through, the commitment, it just is feeling so good right now. And I really wanted to let the team relish in that together because I will not be everywhere. And when I'm there, you know, it's hard for me to not be involved. And so I just, you know, figure I would just get some extra family time and let them go vibe and jive as the team that they need to be all this year. And I got, you know, I was getting videos and reports all week and it ended up working out phenomenal. Ben showed up. Not that he hasn't showed up in the past, but this man has been putting in time, putting in the sim, all of his learnings from last year. And the first lap that he did, his dad sent me a video and I was just like, send him home. He's ready. So that felt, you know, absolutely amazing. James is James, you know, just showed up, the machine that he is, the changes we made to the car in the off season. Everybody is happy with what's happened. The team has really been busting their butts, trying to figure out some of these little gremlins we had with nitrous, and we've got a solution to that. And so everything is just where it needs to be. Cars are gone. You can see behind me, the shop is empty. In fact, there's a freaking Bronco where there's never a Bronco before because we got the room, and the RTR side is pretty full. So then following testing, we did our livery reveals. Showed James's new car, Ben's new car, which both look absolutely amazing. And when I say Ben's new car, it's a brand new car. We built him a brand new chassis. You know, last year he got Chelsea's championship chassis for good reason because we knew he was going to smash it a few times. But he earned himself a brand new chassis, and it is his car, and the livery this year is very much Ben. So really excited for that. You know, as a driver, it's kind of hard to explain, but when you get your own thing that you're the only one that's been in, you can connect to it in a different level. And it might be a little weird for some of you to think about that, but trust me. Just trust me. That's all I can say.
Trust me.
And then we revealed my car. I freaking love what we came up with this year. I have to give Hayden a shout out. You know, Hayden and Lindsay. Lindsay's our lead designer, creative director. Hayden is still a junior designer, but he has been doing an amazing job with our liveries, the look and feel, suits, team shirts. He crushed it this year. And we tried some new things this year, especially with Optima batteries. They really wanted to have a red rocker on our car this year. It's part of their, new brand guidelines and marketing. And I'm like, I don't know how we're going to make that work. And the team made it work phenomenal. I'm going to go ahead and say, I think that this is my favorite livery ever. It is just has so much attitude, so much vibrance, and I'm just so pumped on how that came out, and the response has been amazing. Not that we do it for the response, but it's awesome when the response is good. It's also okay when it's bad. As long as we love it, that's really, really what matters in the end. But I also love that you guys love it. I really do.
Really?
Really, really?
Okay. That makes me feel so much better.
RTR updates. We have been crushing it. Mustangs are flying out. We're about to kick off a new Bronco program. This car right here, I can't show you the other side. Maybe you saw a little bit of it behind me just now, but that is the new S650 Spec 5 that is getting finally prototyped. We've already got tooling on the way. This thing is gonna blow your minds. We got the guys here building RTRs for our local dealer, Tyndall Ford. They are in every single day. I think I don't know the number we're doing, but we're doing a lot every week. But let's come on over here. Please don't show too much of the car on the right. That's a car you guys will see soon. Somebody decided to crash the back of my car. And Wheezy, he said, you know what? I'm not letting you go drive a bent car. So he's putting it back together. But if you saw this on the car, I mean, who would do such a thing? I think it was probably Rome out here piddly junking around, hitting a container. It certainly wasn't me at Irwindale. So anyway, Wheezy's fixing me up. And, we'll be in Atlanta, hot rodding, maybe passing somebody. I don't know. You never know what could happen. Yeah, I'm just really pumped at this. One of my favorite elements is the Dazzle camo. And for those of you that saw in January that we announced the Mustang RTR that's coming out of the dealership, out of the plant, I should say, with Ford, we had this Dazzle camo on it. I've always loved Dazzle camo, the mindset of what it was. For those of you who don't know, World War II, the battleships had this Dazzle camo, and the mindset of it was so that it was very distracting for what they were, where they were, and things like that. So it was to distract the competitor. And so what a better thing to put on a Formula Drift car. And plus it just looks sick. So we're gonna have a dope merch drop that's gonna incorporate this Dazzle camo. And also when we debuted the Mustang RTR with Ford, we didn't wanna have it come out with just a traditional camo. We're RTR, we're not traditional. So we had to make it stand out. So that's what we did. The other car behind me that you can't see, you've seen it in another video, but it's getting closer to finished. We're not ready to show you, but I'll give you a hint that you'll see it at Formula Drift Atlanta, and it will be a car for one of our friends that you know, well, many people know, but it's gonna be sick, and it's a first of its kind for us. So we're gonna leave it at that. Beyond that, oh, you see my new shirt, right? Am I right? So this is a new Fun Haver shirt, new kind of mindset. Build, beat, repeat. Do I need to tell you what it means? Build, beat, repeat. You know what it means. So if you like it, head to funhaver.com. There's a whole new drop. Without further ado, I guess we're over. The shop is a freaking disaster. These guys were here till 3 o'clock in the morning last night, loading the cars to get them out for Long Beach. I am forever grateful for our team, their energy, their passion, their will to win and do whatever it takes to make the magic is inspiring. And yeah, that's my shop update for the month of, where are we? March, April, something like that. 2025, I know that. We'll see you soon, friends. Whoa!